So Daniel, you've been quiet for a couple weeks. Yeah, been in Death Valley.
It's a real temptation to only follow people that are rich, but it's really deceptive because how they got there is not something you can always repeat, right?
Right.
Accepting being 100% wrong half the time. 100% wrong half the time. Let's think about that for a second.
There's no prevailing wind today. In other words, the wind's not blowing, but right now I'm standing in wind because there are thermals. You know it as a pilot because that's what you go look for out here. But other than that,
100% wrong half the time. Let's think about that for a second. What happens if both you and your wife, your partner or significant are in business as entrepreneurs? You're both doing a startup. You're both at risk. And you're both wrong half the time. What happens when you're both wrong half the time?
That's when we get to play Death Valley.
Yeah, thank you.
That is when we actually know fear, Daniel.
No fear. Now here. Yeah.
we're walking to the grocery store. And it's obviously pretty cold out. Why are we doing that? In about 2 weeks, we're going to be traveling the country in an Airstream again. Looking all rich. Right now, we're walking to the grocery. Because our car, our Xterra, is still in the shop. But what we do know is, you should follow somebody who's been where you are and can get themselves out of that. And that's what we're doing. Part of what you need is a companion, your partner, your mate, your best friend, who is supportive, who is willing to walk 2.5 miles to the grocery store each way, and or surround yourself with a bunch of people who do those kinds of things to get to where they need to go. Because then they'll be able to advise you from experience, not from theory, not from a stage where they're selling you a dream, but from actually having done it and demonstrated it. You shouldn't expect your friends or family or relatives or peers to be enthusiastic about your venture, your dream, the enterprise you're launching. In many cases, it just threatens them of why they're not taking the same degree of risk to get to their goals.
Daniel, are you angry? I see your heart rate is up. Are you afraid? You're in a dark place emotionally.
So it's not the
What
exercise,
are you not telling?
It's not the work. It's the shame associated with it. It's the memory from your childhood that you're humiliated by. It's the failure to be born in the right family, on the right plot of land, to inherit the whatever. To be smart enough sometimes to not have had an accident, to not be part of the drama of life, not have your place burned down or something shut off. So all those fears, you can't go that alone. What do you, no, come talk to us. How do you find support if you're not part of a network? Well, you find some people that you admire for the work they're doing, for them sticking their neck out. So we do that on Patreon. We support the creative efforts of Nikki and Jason.
Nate and Marissa.
And Sean and Christy Michaels. And you can do the same. You can be part of a group of guys in 360 Men that you support each other and find some camaraderie and some drag your butt up the cliff kind of stuff, right? Get out of that slump. We have to make plans, execute, do the hard work, do all the stuff in advance by faith that it's gonna work. Then wait. Try not to lie as hard as you can by being as quiet as possible and having to tell the truth to a few. And man, oh man, it can be grueling, can't it? I don't know how you guys are doing it, but she's my nemesis and my support. But you guys, you're helping a lot, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
What?
They are. You are. You keep doing it. Push that subscribe button and share this video with friends or family who need help with understanding your entrepreneurial journey.
Notice I'm not even... Oh, yeah, they should subscribe. They should click that button. Oh, thanks.
Teachers helping, honey.
So it's not even quite 5 o'clock and we're almost back with groceries. How's that for perseverance?
When I was young, I used to walk 5 miles to school every day in the snow just to write on the chalkboard, "I will not walk to school. I will not walk to school." I wrote that hundreds of times.
Earlier this year, we went to Death Valley, and then...
Why don't you just tell me, Daniel? What's wrong with you?
Thank you, Faye. Thanks for reminding
Are you
me.
listening to me?
Yeah. Got it.
Yes, Daniel, I was there. Remember the
Been there.
transmission? I helped with that.
And
Yes, that was
your
me.
imagined fear is absolutely as debilitating as physical, real fear. There's no difference. Disney and media companies game us on it. You've got that from this year, right? It's a big lesson. One of the parts about being able to mentor is being able to tell the truth, and that comes from a basis of knowing who you are and being okay with being transparent. What else is there to lose? You have your self-respect and self-understanding, and it's all that's really needed. Those things that come along about, seems like every 7 years, you know, like a disaster, a divorce, a death, being 100% wrong, both of you at the same time, failures, and all those other kind of life events. You know, the balance of that seems that those successes, those achievements, those high points, those come along about as often. The whole journey is what's worth persevering, right? Not severing. Don't run away from your partner. Don't run away from the problem. Push into it. Let it reveal your wounds, your fears, those things that you're stuffed for decades. Pathway up the mountain, those ladders across the crevasses, they're all there. It's just a matter of whether you got a team around you to help you face them. And you do with us. So Daniel, you've been quiet for a couple weeks. Yeah, been in Death Valley. Been really dealing with having fumbled, dropped the ball, let a bunch of people down. My fault. Owning it. Backup plan also failed. And the backup to the backup plan didn't happen in time. Sorry about that. You know who I'm talking to. And not going to let it happen again, that's for sure. Perseverance, that is not severing, hanging tough, going the whole distance, that really means being able to deal with the baggage. It really means being able to embrace the worst of those that you surround yourself with, so that you can also embrace the best. It's a hell of a good point of view from up the mountain and back over all of those challenges and difficulties of this year. I'm smiling. The Christmas miracle. And that's the story.
You guys, you're helping a lot, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
What?
They are. You are. You keep doing it. Push that subscribe button and share this video with friends or family who need help with understanding your entrepreneurial journey.